boy. Yo, used to be broke, I ain't had no fun.
Welcome to the special edition of 2K TV.
The wait is almost over. We are just days away from 2K Day and the launch of NBA 2K21.
And if you can't wait, you can get early access to the NBA 2K21 demo right now. Here's how you get started.
The NBA 2K21 demo is here. And in the demo, you can get a head start on your My Career by jumping in and trying out the My Player Builder. To start off, you have the option to download the My NBA 2K21 mobile app to scan your face into the game. Once you're good with your appearance, it's time to try out the builder. This year, we've
This is Hank and the Hornet on 98.9 The Flex, the official home of your Los Angeles Clippers.
Get hip or get stung.
Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA. The 2K Sports pregame show.
And it's happening out at Staples Center, where the Los Angeles Clippers will be going up against the Oklahoma City Thunder. And for Oklahoma City,
the busy freeways of Los Angeles, a hallmark of this sprawling metropolis. We're coming to you from Southern California. It's time for the NBA Live. And a quick look here at Payday.
Well, guys, most everyone...
David, thanks for that. You know, G.A. Che, no stranger to controversy.
And I can see the reasoning from both sides. I don't think Che tries to be a lightning rod for controversy, but he doesn't shy away from it either.
So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. Schroeder and Gilgeous-Alexander, they're up in the backcourt. Noel is out there with Adams, and it's Robertson in at the small forward. In the game against Philadelphia, very impressive. So both teams changing it up here. Doris, what do you think it's like for a team coming into a new season with a new head coach?
You know what's fascinating to me is each individual organization, Kevin, seems to have their own vernacular, their own verbiage to describe their system. So with a new coach, number one, he's putting in a system. Number two, the guys are trying to familiarize themselves with his language. Not only the X's and O's, but how does he communicate it?
And yeah, right, that's a good point. The delivery of the message is sometimes as important as the X's and O's.
No doubt.
And the first one at the line is good. You know, Greg, for the Thunder fans, hard to see their star power dwindle, but they got a lot in return.
Yeah, but the Thunder were capped out. They hadn't made it past the first round in 3 years. And in exchange for Paul George, they got one of the richest trade packages in league history.
And it's Schroeder in the corner. And he's good on the three ball.
Well, rhythm, confidence. When Schroeder is pulling the trigger, you know he's feeling it.
Out to Morris. Clippers moving the ball around. And he gets it to go.
I like the recognition of the mismatch there, immediately making the defense pay.
There's 1:47 left in the first quarter. Adams, the pass to Schroeder. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Schroeder's got 5 points so far.
Well, you get the sense that pressure sometimes makes Dennis Schroeder sharper, and really good job against a contest right there.
Pulls up, high post. The rebound by Steven Adams. One-on-one fast break. And the shot goes in.
attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
The very definition of quality transition offense. If it can end at the cup, it's exactly where you want it.
Pass to George. There's 57 seconds left to play in the first. The Thunder with the lead. Coach is liking what he's seeing from his offense.
And guys, they put the defense on the defensive.
And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. Oh, the power on that prudent.
Oh, Kevin, that is Paul George, the incredible vertical and the unbelievable creativity.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. 17 points for him last game against Philadelphia. Pass to Muscala. It's stolen by Morris. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. George dishes to Beverly. George, no good.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
And here's Schroeder. From deep three-point range, and the last second attempt doesn't fall. Plenty of offense in this. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here. With it, the Clippers have been at their finest form at the free throw line tonight. 8 attempts, 8 makes.
And when you got a team percentage of about 81%, you're going to be one of the elites in this league.
Patrick Patterson is out there with Landry Shamet. Then there's Harrell. Then it's Paul George. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers.
You know, Kev, I remember when Patrick Patterson was coming out of high school. Major recruiting battle. Every school seemed to want this guy. Duke, Florida, you name it. But the Kentucky Wildcats win again.
Yeah, that one put them over the limit. And it's so early that if they're not careful, this could turn into a parade.
The first one falls. Los Angeles making a switch here. Morris is checked in. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Remember the time, Doris, when it was rare to see stars changing teams? Now we read about it every day.
No question, Kevin. Think back to my formative years watching the NBA as a fan. Larry Bird was a Boston Celtic. Magic Johnson was a Los Angeles Laker. The trend in today's NBA is that shorter player contracts, more player control over where they want to be. And the reality is this, Kevin, at some point, free agency entered the equation. It's appropriate, it's fair, they've earned the right to choose where they play.
The Clippers have shot the ball well from the free throw line, 8 of 9. First one falls for Andrew Beverly. He's checked in for the Clippers. That one falls, so he hits both of them.
And last season, Andre Robertson missing so much time due to injury. Think back in his career, he's been a pivotal piece for the Thunder for so long. His absence was clearly felt.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
And with Robertson, you're missing his versatility on the defensive end.
It's no secret that he is out there due to his incredible defense. This guy can guard forwards, he can guard guards, and his reach is so important to this defensive scheme.
And the Thunder making a switch here. Schroeder's checked in.
And wow, you just have to love the motor on Montrezl Harrell when he's on the floor. Great on the glass, and he just plays with such a fire.
Here's Nader, covered by Morris. And the rejection by Harrell. And now the Clippers on the break, and the shot goes in. He's got 9.
And Beverly knows his role well. Excellent at zipping the ball over to his teammates.
And with Harrell, you can see how his energy spreads to the rest of the team.
Reminds me a bit of what Fareed used to bring the teams. Harrell is also undersized, but boy, he makes up for it in so many ways.
6 on the shot clock. Adams, the pass to Schroeder. Lets it fly from 18. That's miss number 3 for him. Now 2 for 5 from the floor. And it's Beverly missing.
Boy, this guy is a good finisher, so he misses a chippy. That's tough to take.
We've got 28 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Adams. And a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in. 8 points for Steven Adams. Pass to Beverly. From deep. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers with a sizable lead as the quarter wraps up. They're ahead 16 points. Things have been clicking offensively, defensively, you name it. And they are riding this wave of momentum. Right back after this break. And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. Here's Beverly. A completely new group for Los Angeles. Los Angeles leading by 10. So for Oklahoma City right now, Adams is out there with Mike Muscala. Then there's Dennis Schroeder, and it's Nader in at the 3. And there's the pass to Zubats. Shamet on the wing. Three-pointer. Buries it from three-point range. He's got 12. Under trailing by 13. Dort passes to Adams. Schroeder against Jackson. 1:29 left to play here in the third. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Schroeder. That one, no good. And the Clippers will come the other way. They led by as many as 18 points. The Celtics will be coming into town for the next game. And that'll be the middle game of their 5 and their longest homestand of the year.
I'll tell you, it has not been this guy's best night, but the teammates have been there to pick up the slack. Love it.
Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
And after an abysmal first half from the field, the shots now starting to fall.
Harrell, he's checked in for Patterson. And Doris, even though Schroeder changed roles when he was traded from Atlanta to the Thunder, he has embraced his new team.
A lot of people wondered, would Schroeder be willing to go to the bench and accept that role? He proved he was more than capable. And no longer having to act as a leader on a team, I think for Schroeder, he just enjoys going out and competing on a team with high aspirations. It's been a good fit.
Adams. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
As physical a player as there is in the entire NBA, Steven Adams putting the defense in a tough spot.
These are his 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. Marcus Morris is checked in for Los Angeles. Paul George comes in for Landry Shamet. And a switcher also for Oklahoma City. Gilgeous-Alexander's checked in. .30 seconds left here in the third quarter. Back to George for 3. Knocks down the 3 ball. George has got 5.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it, Greg? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone.
Now, Gilgeous-Alexander from deep 3-point range, and he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And so it's Los Angeles holding on to an 11-point cushion. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And, you know, you can always count on him for at least a couple of these pretty assists over the course of a game. And this one, a thing of beauty.
Well, GA, you know a thing or two about a point guard's job. Set the table for your teammates. Done there perfectly.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. We've got Williams. Montrezl Harrell is out there with Marcus Morris. Then it's Paul George. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Gilgeous-Alexander can't get it to go. To the left side wing. Back to George. Fires for 3. Nader grabs the board.
I'll tell you, despite his struggles at the offensive end, this team still finds themselves in control of the ball game.
Pass to Adams. Of course, the game is shifting towards skill and finesse, but there are those players who thrive in this league who are like bulldozers and force the issue inside.
Well, a guy like Blake Griffin, who is such a physically gifted basketball player, enters the league as one of the great dunkers, but has now added a three-point shot, still can play bully ball. But for me, the most ferocious at-the-rim scorer, and the guy who's probably most underrated aspect is his strength, is the Greek freak. Giannis Antetokounmpo at the rim. Good luck and good night.
I don't know how you do it, right? How do you defend it?
Impossible.
Indeed. The offensive rebound. No good with the layup. Los Angeles leading by 13. Got a hand on it. Here's George. From down in the low post, it goes.
You love that this guy doesn't get down on himself after a rough first half. Keep your composure and keep grinding.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. And hard to believe that gruesome injury Paul George suffered, what was it now, 5 years ago. Wow.
It's incredible, Kevin, to think for a player to come back from what we expected to be a devastating injury. This is an incredible story for Paul George. He took the time he needed, and consider last year, for much of the season, he was very much involved in that MVP conversation.
Go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. Here's Shamet. Shot from the inbound. Count that bucket.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Clippers.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And so that moves their record to 11 wins on the year.
And against a conference opponent, always good to take that first win of the season series to establish a psychological edge.
And one of the league's top talents, game in and game out. And doing it here again in this one. A terrific night for George.
Boy, whatever was needed, he provided it. He was the jack of all trades. Big bucket on one end, big defensive play on the other. I thought his influence was felt all over the floor.
And the technical free throw is good. "27 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Inside, here's Noah. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Well, listen, Kevin, Joakim Noah has been around the block. The guy knows how to draw contact.
So he gets them both. 20 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Schroeder outside. Pass to Roby. Back to Schroeder. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
You know, he's just leaning a little bit. You try to get away with it, but boy, the official all over it.
So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. There was a one that was in total control. The other just...
Good game, Sarge. What's that?
I see you.
You see me? Good game.
It's all right.
Once you pick your jumper, it's time to join the Clippers and test your build in a game against the Milwaukee Bucks.
Yes, and it's my player picking up the assist.
And if you're not feeling one of your builds, you have the ability to make 6 total builds and play one test game for each one.
This is Hank and the Hornet on 98.9 The Flex, the official.
We are nearly ready for the tip-off, but first, let's hear from our very own David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours.
Guys,
I love his honesty. All right, thank you, DA. And a chance now to see how teams are faring across the league. Here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. We look at the Celtics. They're moving on up. 4th spot in the rankings this time around. In the new season, Chris, every team wants that fast start, but when you really think about it, how important is that in the grand scheme of things?
Well, it depends on where you are. Like, let's think about Houston last year. With the injuries, you don't want to get to a slow start where you're fighting for home court advantage. So it's very important. And usually veteran teams know that first 2-3 weeks of the season is when you can sneak teams. And if you're a younger team and you understand that, wait a minute, it's all about attention to detail, focus, and playing hard, you can get some pretty nice upsets early because when for young teams, once the scouting report comes out and teams hone in on you, it might be a little bit more of a difficult season as the days go ahead. Yeah, watch out.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
Golden opportunity that he can't make good on. Maybe a wake-up call to the D, though. They can't leave him alone like that.
That
is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Pass to Morris. 1:41 left to play in the first quarter. Great D that time from Tatum. Kicks it to Brown to stop the run and finished off by Brown.
You gotta love how Brown finishes strong, driving fast and hard to the cup for the rim rocking Shazam.
Pass to George. On the wing, Morris. Here's George. He had 13 points in the win against Oklahoma City. They get it back. Harrell. And there's 2 points. Working on the glass, paying off that time.
His energy level has never dropped in his game. I mean, he's working his tail off. And the D is struggling to keep up.
From 12 feet out. And there's the bucket from Tatum.
With the height, footwork. No wonder Tatum's knocked down mid-range from him.
The pass to George. Williams with the block. Outside Tatum. It's Brown on the wing. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Brown's got 10.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
29 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. And it's wide right. It's off the rim. And here's Tatum. He'll bring it up for Boston. They come into this having outplayed Phoenix the last game.
Yeah, it was all hands on deck. Helps to get points off the bench when you're on the road.
In that kind of environment, every point.
It's a completely new group for Los Angeles. The Celtics shooting their 3rd free throw shot of the game. And that one misses.
Well, that's 3 straight German League titles for Daniel Tice. I mean, before he made his NBA debut at the age of 24, he's an athletic two-way player. He's shown he belongs.
They're down low at 4 with Harrell in the middle. Then it's Paul George. Then there's Murray. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Now about 3 minutes gone in this second quarter of basketball. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, if you were going to lose Kyrie Irving, why not replace him with Kemba Walker? The Celtics brought Walker in from Charlotte last offseason, and it looks like he's going to pay off big time in Boston. The Celtics didn't exactly do what they wanted the last couple of years, but with Walker and Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum and a hopefully healthy Gordon Hayward, Celtics aren't exactly going to be in the lottery anytime soon either.
Well, you're right on that, D.A. They're still stocked, and we love Walker. He'll, I think, mix well with this team. Thank you. Marcus Morris has checked in for Murray. And a change for the Celtics. Gordon Hayward's checked in for Marcus Smart. And last season, Daniel Tice shooting over 40% from long range. And Chris over 75% around the rim.
Yeah, Kevin, when you call that great efficiency, both inside and out. New contract this summer to reward his terrific play.
Walker looking for an opening. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Walker's got the lead up to 9 now for the Celtics.
It was a tough first quarter for him, but it's been a different story here in the second.
11 feet away, and the Clippers miss again.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. 13 feet away. And that one's good. Leonard's got his second bucket tonight.
Yeah, and from mid-range, Leonard's jump shot is money. It doesn't matter if it's off the dribble or catch and shoot. He never loses his touch.
Well, after his incredible 60-point game last year, every team should be scared of Mr. Kemba Walker. Now, we all know he can take over the game and put on an absolute show when his shot is falling. Oh, you can get spoiled watching him at the line. I mean, you just expect him to make every one, every time.
Back to George. From the line. The rebound by the Celtics. Williams has got 4 rebounds in this game. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Brown the pass to Walker. Shoots off the step back. Good as the jump shot falls. Walker's got 8 points here in this quarter.
Yeah, after a first quarter where they struggled from long range, they really started to get it closer to the basket.
4 seconds left. Out of bounds, Boston takes possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
1 second left. He doesn't hit that one. And so we conclude the first half. Boston on. All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away after the break. We'll... Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed. Both teams making substitutions here. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. And the basket is good.
Oh, he's got that touch. I mean, in between Smart with the ability to lay it up there, soft.
On the court right now for the Celtics. Green is out there with Tatum. Then it's Williams. Then it's Marcus Smart. And it's Wanamaker in at the point guard position. And the Celtics rebounding well this summer. From the loss of Kyrie Irving and Al Horford, Kemba Walker possibly a better fit for this team.
And with their young core, understandable that they didn't want to extend Horford out to age 37. A revamped roster, but I think they remain a contender in the East.
Clippers trail by 10. Here's Jackson. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead. Jackson's got 4 points now in the quarter. Outside, Green. Back to Wanamaker. Bobbed up there for Green, and Green slams it in. And the Celtics lead by 10.
Oh, nice look there from Smart, finding the open man.
Passes it to Shamet. Over to the wing. There's 57 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Shot clock at 6. Jackson from long range sinks the three-pointer. Jackson's got his third basket of the night right there.
Oh, man, you really like seeing Jackson get going from the perimeter. His three-point shot has come a long way.
They get a hand on it. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Tatum on the wing. Good, and Smart gets the assist. Smart's got 4 assists now tonight.
Has a great feel for where defenders are on the court. Tatum navigates himself nicely.
Smart against Jackson. Over Smart. And that one goes long. And so it's the Boston Celtics with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. They've played the better game so far, but their work is far from over. Back right after.
Now as we add stops and
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. Boston leading by 10. The 2 stars, George and Leonard, fill up the forward slots. Then it's Patrick Beverley. Then there's Harrell. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Rebound by Harrell. Harrell's got 8 rebounds in this game.
He hasn't chipped in with many points tonight. The good thing he has the guys around him to carry the weight.
And Kemba Walker is going to pick up. Hayward goes in. Offline with the baseline jumper. And so George will bring it up for Los Angeles. 4-point game. Drills it from outside. George has got 5 points now this quarter.
And there's never been any question about George's three-point range. He just goes through stretches where he knocks down the three at a ridiculous rate.
Now a timeout called by Boston.
They're trying to stem the tide here.
Yeah, they have to regroup and revisit their strategy at the defensive end.
And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Jason Tatum.
And the D tried to get physical with him down low tonight, and it really backfired. Instead, he's just tore them up. He was aggressive, inviting the contact, and really just taking it straight to him.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to listen in on what Brad Stevens had to say to his team. This is still a close game, and he told us guys, we're not far away. We can still get this one. If we seize the moment, we can walk away with the win. Guys.
Okay, David, thanks. And so making both free throws, that'll give them the lead here.
And that's big there. Once he got the opportunity to get to the line and take the lead, you have got to convert.
And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Boston again missing.
Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
You know he's going to keep working to try to turn it around. The assist is the key to that sequence. I mean, a great look to set him up.
Now, here's Walker. Tight defense on him. To the inside. Nice pass, nice catch, and a resounding dunk.
When you have Walker handling the pick and roll, you have to feel confident. Just masterfully shredding the D with his passes.
And the Clippers call time here. They're ahead by 1. 1:16 left in the fourth. Down low, here's Leonard, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Outside, Walker, and it's denied. Now here's Leonard, defended by Tice. 52 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Yep, it counts.
I like that pick play. I mean, you can see how easily it makes it for him to get to the cup.
On offense, here are the Celtics. Trailing by 5. And a wide open look for Walker. Misses the three.
Well, another 10-cup moment here because he continues to miss shot after shot from three-point range. This is not a fourth quarter he's going to want to remember.
And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss. That's good. Going 1 of 2 from the line, and that increases their lead to 6.
And I'm sure he would like to have had all of those, but he's still able to pad the lead.
There's 31 seconds left in the game. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. It's in! And now they trail by just 4.
And whenever the game is on the line, Walker is a great option to go to. He just has a knack for burying big shots.
And the Clippers call time here. They're up by 4. 27 seconds left to play here in the fourth. 27 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And they go to the intentional foul. Gets the first, and that puts them up by 5. Second one is good. Being both at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Jumping on the chance to up their lead at the line.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. They trail by 6. 26 seconds left in the fourth quarter. .26 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Hayward outside. Got it! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
Fantastic job. Hayward, one of the most versatile players in the league, showing he's also clutch.
Had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
He drops the first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 5-point game.
And he steps up and knocks them down, making it a 2-possession game.
And so it's Walker with it, who brings it up for the Boston Celtics. Pass to Tice. And here's Tatum for 3. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
No choice but to foul there, but he's probably the last guy you want to see on the line.
And a tough break as his second attempt at the line, no good.
You know, there are differing opinions as to who the best defensive player in the league is, but no matter what, Kawhi is always in the discussion.
That's just the product of good pass work. I mean, nice team basketball right there.
And so they foul intentionally. He hits the first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. So he gets them both, and it's a 5-point game.
It's a wrap. Any chance they may have had for a comeback just went out the window with those people.
And so Los Angeles takes the win. It was a fantastic ball. With us. See you next time.
I can't wait to get started in the NBA 2K21 demo, get my player started, and of course, all-time Lakers versus all-time Celtics.
Just out of curiosity, Chris, who has
devastating news for Anthony.
We got $10.
The view high above our broadcast location tonight, the Staples Center and a chance to take a look at some numbers. And as things get ready to roll, let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's on the sideline. David?
Well, guys,
influential with his taste for sure, David. Thank you. A look at the opening lineup for the Houston Rockets. Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. Robert Covington out there with Gordon. And it's Tucker in at the 5 spot. And for the Clippers, they've got these players face early on in a new season.
Yeah, you know, timing is usually not quite 100%. Chemistry continues to be something you're trying to work out. Usually you're pretty healthy in the early part of the season, but as the season goes on now, you've got familiarity and comfort with each other, but sometimes the injuries pile up.
And Clark establishing those routines you'll use throughout the regular year, correct?
That's important because it is a long season, as you well know.
Westbrook against Williams. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. They get Russell Westbrook.
Well, you know, for so long, Mike D'Antoni has been a vanguard on NBA offense. His teams have always played great offense, moving, spacing, dynamic players. Defense has not been at the level of offense, but I think he's actually improved as a coach in that area as well.
The Clippers have converted 1 of 2 free throws so far today, and he sinks the second. And Clark, part of it for D'Antoni is that he is delegating defensive duties.
Yeah, and I like that, Kevin. He's made sure to have a defensive coordinator on his staff, delegating that role and responsibility. He thinks and knows that his team is better off that way.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass.
For the Houston Rockets, they come in off a good outing against the Nuggets in Denver. Passes it to Green. The Rockets with another miss. Los Angeles is gone, just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Now the pass to House. 54 seconds left here in the first quarter. Right side, Green, 6 to shoot. Houston needs to get a shot off. Beyond the arc. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. They won their last game against the Rockets in Houston.
And the last time these two met, they were able to get a big win because of that bench production. Second unit might be a factor in this one as well.
And you know what? If they run away with this game like they did in that one, I'd expect to see plenty of minutes again for the guys coming off the bench.
That one goes. Count it.
Wow, he doesn't make plays like that very often. That's a nice move inside.
And the bucket is good. Three-point play chance here for him.
Yeah, how about that one? Able to maintain control and finish the play.
Yeah, we call that playing through the whistle. You know, he didn't give up on it when he heard the whistle. He kept his focus, his concentration, and he found a way to get the shot up and down. But nice timing on these jumps. He's somewhat on the small side for a power forward, but he just never gives up.
And so, lots of scoring in that competitive first. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And guys, what's your take on the Clippers so far?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
They've got them rattled. It's only the first quarter, and already they've made enough big plays on defense to last really an entire game.
Patrick Patterson is out there with Ivica Zubac. And there's Jackson. Then there's Murray. They're the group out there for the Clippers starting the second quarter. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, Lou Williams won Sixth Man of the Year for the third time last season. He joined Kevin McHale and Detlef Schrempf as the only players to win the award in consecutive seasons. And with the most career points ever scored off the bench, maybe they should just name this award after him. Kevin?
David, I'm all for it. Thank you so much. And boy, is he in good company. Pass to Clemens. The dish now to Carroll. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. That's on Reggie Jackson.
You know, a rugged, experienced player. The shooting.
1:06 left to play here in the half. Lets it go from 14. That's a miss. He's made one and missed one. Out left to the wing. Rivers against Williams. Here's the teardrop. And the layup is good. And now it's a 3-point Los Angeles lead. Last game for Houston, they picked up the win against the Nuggets. Green, and Green slams it in.
And Green getting off the floor there for the dunk. Really like watching him sky up for those.
Outside Williams. To the paint. Unloads from 9. Again, Los Angeles.
Really a good job recognizing the mismatch. Just going up for the shot with that huge height advantage on that possession.
15 seconds left in the first half. Here's Clemens. And again, the Rockets good for 2. To the middle. Here's Patterson. And he uses the glass on the layup. And the Clippers lead by 3.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
It's been all about Lou Williams. And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. With a big group substitution here. Jeff Green is checked in for P.J. Tucker. Damari Carroll comes in for Robert Covington. Daniel House is checked in for Gordon. And it's Rivers in for James Harden. Carroll against Morris. Rivers kicks to Westbrook. Pass to Green. 5 on the clock. To the paint for the tie. Carroll passes to Rivers. Green breaking loose, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. For Houston, they have knocked down 5 of their 9 attempts at the stripe tonight.
And as a team, really just middle of the pack in terms of their percentage from the line at about 76.
You know, the numbers from the line, guys, are close to where they were last year, but just a tad worse, so not too bad.
Zubats is checked in for Harrell. And so in the game for the Rockets, they've got Green. Rivers out there with Damari Carroll. And it's House in at the small forward. Got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish. The Rockets trail. Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. Zone defense, Clark, being played now by a lot of teams. It's amazing that even with that, the point totals just continue to rise.
And you know what? I attribute the point totals continuing to rise to a couple of things. One, the volume of three-point shots that are being taken. And I think teams are playing at a little faster pace universally. You don't see as much walking the ball up the floor as I think you may have seen in years past.
Down low. Morris with the bucket. Morris has got 6 points.
And sporting those broad shoulders, Morris setting that solid pick, then rolling hard for the quick catch and finish.
1:11 left in the third. Passes to Green. Here is House. Shoots over Shamet. Another miss by Houston. The Clippers in the lead. Morris into the lane. Moves back up. Rebound by Jeff Green.
This shot's just, it's not there right now. With this team leading, perhaps, you know, let's focus on some other areas of the game. Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter.
Guys, close one here. No team getting a huge advantage.
Yeah, tooth and nail fight so far, guys. These sides match up really well.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game. Rebound by House.
Well, he has not been sharp this period. Seems to be a little flustered out there, too.
Here's Rivers. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple.
He'll take his 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the game right here. He doesn't get the second one.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Yeah, still close, but with their tough play on the board, we're certainly seeing the effort.
Stolen by Rivers. And the game still closely contested as we end the third quarter. And now we take a look back to Mike D'Antoni talking to his team from the huddle.
We gotta move the ball. We gotta spread it.
Making some changes. P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Damari Carroll. Gordon comes in for Daniel House. And Russell Westbrook subbed in for Rivers. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Morris. Then it's Paul George. Then there's Harrell. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Leonard, Covington with the steal. Leonard against Gordon. Out to the right wing. The Rockets with another miss.
You know, you'd like to see a little more effort there defensively, but maybe they wanted him to take that shot, baited him into it.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think.
That's exactly how you send it. 2 hands and down.
And so it's Harden bringing it up for Houston. Trailing by 5. Outside Westbrook. Shoots a 3. Another miss by Houston.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game.
George, that's a 2-pointer. Out to Morris. Tries again. Outside, George. 4 on the shot clock. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. Deep. Rebounded by Covington. Covington's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Harden, no good.
You know, the ill-advised threes isn't how you want to close the gap. They've got to have better shot selection.
George dishes to Morris. To the inside. Doesn't get it to drop for him. And the Rockets take it the other way. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the 4th quarter. Harden surveying the D. Over George. Harden can't hit. Clippers leading by 5. Another shot. Goes up again, and George gets it to go. George has got 5 points in the quarter.
Well, I think you've got to like and appreciate the effort there, the hustle. George staying with the possession, then uses his length to finish off the miss.
Timeout called, the Rockets. They're trailing by 7. 107 left in the 4th quarter. And now we've got a moment for our Jordan player of the game, Kawhi Leonard.
And he's had the hot hand tonight, Kevin, no doubt about it. He's gotten his field goal percentage up over 60, and you're only going to get it that high when you're taking good, smart shots.
The better he played, the more these fans got revved up. And that continued to play out over the course of his amazing performance. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, guys, over that last break, I listened to Mike D'Antoni talk to his team. He said, we've got to pick it up right here, right now. If we're going to win this game, we have to take control. This is the time.
I tell you what, Paul George has done a good job getting stronger since he's been in the league, and because of that, he doesn't mind seeking out contact. As a matter of fact, his new added strength gives him confidence as he seeks contact.
Harden kicks to Westbrook. It falls! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
Los Angeles calls timeout. They're leading by 5. 44 seconds left to play here in the 4th. .44 seconds left in the 4th quarter, and that's an intentional foul. Inside, and he commits the intentional foul. So the first one drops, and that increases their lead to 6. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 7-point game.
Sensing an opportunity here to increase the lead and capitalizing on it.
And not sure they've got enough time to save themselves.
It doesn't look good, even with a quick bucket here.
From deep, Harden. And it's the Clippers with the rebound.
Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
To me, it appears he's starting to lose his composure a little bit. We'll see if he can regroup and get back into a better rhythm.
I think it's safe to call this one a wrap.
Yeah, I'd agree with you. Chalk it up. W in the bag.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
You know, guys, I think he's got confidence to shoot it from anywhere, but he could have gotten a better one than that.
From deep three-point range. So the Clippers with the win. Some
All right, Che, you remember Reese from Gatorade?
It's nice to see you again, Che.
Nice to see you.
Our cameras caught the Clippers arriving at their building and coming through the tunnel with a lot of style and confidence. And the game arrival sponsored by Express. Dress like a pro. The bright lights and with the end of November in sight, the first. And before we get going, let's hear from David. Well, what a great attitude. He is a monster on defense. David, thank you. Now let's take a look at the starters for New Orleans. Zion is the 4 with Favors at the 5. Ball and Holiday combine at the guard spots. Players on their best behavior to start the year. Do things get more chippy as the season goes on?
If you were in a marriage, Kevin, let's say, and and you are, let's say you had what's called the honeymoon phase.
Yes.
Right around December, that's about your 5th year of marriage. And guys start to think about, you know what, I keep seeing you every day, and I don't like how it is that I'm playing, and I don't like where we are right now. It's cold in this gym. What is going on? That might spill over occasionally to competition on the floor.
Well, because my wife plays this game, watches our broadcast,
yeah.
I'm always in the honeymoon stage.
I'm looking at you, Kevin, and I cannot believe you just said that.
I can't believe she's playing it.
There's just a feel that Ball plays with that really separates him from so many other players. He's superb at finding ways here to score in the paint.
George, no good. Pelicans trailed by 5. Williamson, the pass to Ball. Ingram outside. Back to Ball. And Ball slams it in.
And Ball is certainly capable of throwing it down thanks to his size. I mean, easily lifting off the ground and just finishing that one with authority.
Out to the right wing. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Zubac kicks to George. Lock at 6. And his first shot of the game, no good. The Pelicans have gone 8 of 14 from the field in the first quarter. Ball, no good. Los Angeles leading by 3. Left side, Leonard. The shot's good on the assist by George. And 11 points for Kawhi Leonard.
Well, he doesn't look satisfied with the lead right now. He wants more, and he looks like he's going to get it.
Here's Ball. George with the defensive effort.
That's the only kind of defense that's going to cut the mustard here tonight. You got to stay on top of a guy like that who can play at such a high level offensively.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And the dunk by Williamson.
Yeah, Redick more than happy to get off the ball that time and spot the open man.
The Clippers shooting 44% overall here in the first quarter. Down low. That will count. Beat the clock. Count it! He caught it!
That's how you do it. Stay patient. Wait for the opportunity.
Kawhi Leonard has been on display for Los Angeles. He comes away with 11 points in the platoon swap here for the Clippers. Derek Favors checked in for the Pelicans. Ball comes in for J.J. Redick. Quarter two and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Here's Holiday. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Well, Drew Holiday and his brother Justin had some hard-fought games in the driveway. I know a little bit about that. We never ever finished those games, Kevin. Too much fighting going on. And by the end of it, both Drew and Justin Holiday find themselves in the NBA.
And the Clippers making a switch here. Leonard's checked in. Williamson is checked in for New Orleans. Brandon Ingram comes in for Josh Hart. So for New Orleans right now, Holiday and Ingram out on the perimeter. Zion is the 4 with Favors at the 5. And it's Ball in at the point. And Brent, that fierce, competitive nature for Drew Holiday, still there to this day.
There's so much talk from his coach, Alvin Gentry, about Drew working himself constantly to exhaustion, just continuing to push the limits. And he'll sit at his locker, take a long shower. He doesn't want to move till his body recovers. He knows how important this game is to him and how important now he is to the Pelican franchise moving forward.
Pelicans trail by 6. And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. Yep, that one goes in there. 8 points for Lonzo Ball.
Shooting it with more confidence now. Look at his face. He didn't look quite right in the opening minutes. Finding it now.
And here's a look at some numbers for Ingram.
In the last 5 games, you can see the trend upwards for effective field goal percentage. And it shows you how confident he's playing right now.
George is checked in for Marcus Morris. And New Orleans also making a change. Okafor is checked in for Derek Favors.
And maybe the most popular player to enter the league since social media became truly pervasive. Zion Williamson handles it with class. He really appreciates his teammates and his coaches and really respects the game.
Ball no good. Clippers leading by 5. Here's George. Los Angeles with another miss.
He may not be the strongest inside presence in the league, but still, he's got to convert from there.
An absolute beast in close. Once Williamson has this kind of positioning, you pretty much have to foul.
This is his first trip to the line tonight.
Not the best statistic for him in terms of his performance at the line. Very low numbers.
Passes it to George. Here's Beverly. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
The strength from Patrick Beverly is impressive. Takes the punishment. I don't think he minds it one bit and still converts.
And he's got his first chance at the line here. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks.
It's his second foul, but not the end of the world. One more before halftime, though. That would change some things.
The Pelicans have knocked down 5 of their 9 attempts at the stripes tonight.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
Well, when he gets into a groove at the free throw line, it doesn't just last for tonight. This might be 2 weeks, 2 months, something like that.
And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
Yeah, a quick little lean like that is going to get the ref's attention. Foul call.
And some good action. Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close teams will make substitutions. Zubac finds Jackson. From deep, Zubac trying to break loose. A second chance effort. Bucket is good. Zubac has got 4 points this quarter.
Second chances are a great measure of what a team is doing in terms of their effort on a nightly basis, and that was some serious effort there.
They've got Landry Shamet. Patrick Patterson is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then there's Reggie Jackson. That's who's out there for the Clippers. There's a lot of talk, Brent, about eliminating divisions, something that's been discussed. Do you think that's going to happen?
I don't understand what the divisions are. Do you?
Well, we don't pay attention to the divisions.
We don't pay any attention to the divisions.
It's all about conference.
And we know that divisions end up helping in some ways with the playoff seedings, but it just seems strange today to have the divisions the way they are divided up. I think it helps when you're opening up a fish wrap in the morning if you check a traditional newspaper, but otherwise, there could be something that goes away soon.
1:07 left in the third. Hayes trying to break free. That's good from Holiday on the assist by Hayes. Holiday's got the lead back up to 4 now for the Pelicans. From the stripe. And that one hits back iron. The Pelicans have gone 8 of 13 on shot attempts to begin the second half. Shamet with the steal. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Lays it up and banks it in.
And you want more of this from Jackson. The more unselfish he is, the better the team.
Now here is Holiday. D right on him. Right side Redick. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. Holiday's got 3 assists now in this one.
Mid-range, plenty of room for that release. He's going to take those all day long.
Here's the 3. No good. And offensively, a great show for the fans through the first 3 quarters. It's been a fun game. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
The coaches talk about it all the time, but to be able to play with that kind of feel, nice play, collaborating, improvising, and organic.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the fourth quarter. So for New Orleans right now, Holiday at the 1 and Redick at the 2. Brandon Ingram's out there with Hayes, and it's Okafor in at the 5 spot. Just 5 to shoot. Charity stripe shot, and good. He got the English that time as it falls. Ingram's got the lead up to 6 now for New Orleans. And so George will bring it up for the Clippers. Their next game is at the American Airlines Center in Dallas for a game with the Mavericks. That's game 1 of a 3-game road trip. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. He kicks to Leonard. From deep. Los Angeles with a fresh shot clock. And it's Harrell missing. Pelicans leading by 6. Here's Redick. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
And perimeter shooting never
in today's game, if you don't have floor spacing, your offense is going to struggle.
They call it gravity, the ability of outside shooters to attract defensive attention. Redick, one of those you don't leave for a moment.
The pass to Williamson. Ingram against Leonard. Ingram left side. Over Morris. And again, no good by New Orleans.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
And it's out of bounds to the Clippers as the Clippers retain possession. New Orleans making some changes here. Redick comes in for Hayes. And Ball subbed in for Okafor. 52 seconds left in the game. Morris, left side, to the inside, and he finishes nicely on the layup.
Of all the action happening there, Kevin, it's the assist that jumps out to me there. That's just a great look and a great setup for the bucket.
Ball, the pass to Favors. That shot off. Excellent D there from George.
And I think they realize any hope of a comeback is gone.
Well, realistic at this stage of the game, they're going to lose this one, but will they take something from the loss?
Good on the first, and that trims the lead to 6.
Well, we've seen it. We've seen Kawhi Leonard mature and improve right before our very eyes. But one area where he was already pretty good was coming in at the free throw line.
And now we've got the intentional foul. And an intentional foul right there. First free throw is good, and that increases their lead to 6.
It feels like J.J. Redick has every part of this game buttoned up, especially when it comes to getting high percentage and quality shots.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. And again, it's the Clippers missing. And there's the call on Montrezl Harrell. And so he's picked up his final foul. He will sit for the rest of this game.
Yeah, tough break for him there. But they'd have a tough time coming back from this deficit no matter who's on the floor. And luckily, they've got terrific depth at that position. If there's one spot on the floor where they can afford to lose somebody, that would probably be it.
And the Clippers call time here. They're down by 8. We've got 13 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what's your take?
Trying to keep hope alive, but I don't see them making a comeback.
Yeah, this is the classic too little, too late. The effort coming and not enough time for them to get back in it.
We've got 13 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Tipped away. And here's Hayes. So New Orleans wins it, and in the win, what was, I think, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have too many problems with that tonight.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.
Big thanks to Paul George for joining us on the program.
Thank you, Paul.
Yeah, we know he's a busy guy. So.
Hey, what's up, Coach? Hey, Che, have a seat. I just wanted to let you know that we're all really happy with the way that you're developing. It's coming along.
Hey, I appreciate that, Coach. Means a lot.
At this point, we think you could be a starter.
Wait, for real? A starter?
We give it to you. You got to keep working, and then if the game keeps evolving, it's there.
Yeah.
Right?
Hey, whatever's best for the team, you know, I'm just here to help us win.
Don't let up. Right? Every day, every game is an opportunity.
We've been talking so much NBA 2K21, but we wanted to stop and take a moment to thank you guys for tuning in and joining us for 45 episodes in NBA 2K.
A stunning view of the moon over our broadcast location tonight. And David Aldridge is standing by for our pregame report. Well, seems like they are. Thanks, DA. Steve, we still have players settling into the new season. When you were playing, did you typically start fast, or did it take a while for you to kind of find your rhythm?
Kevin, I think you're like this. I played 14 years. Those first 8, I got off to great starts. Those last 6, oh, Lord. Looks like it was like my feet was in the sand. But usually you get going. The best time to really get going is at the end.
Here are the 5. With some changes. Dwight Powell's checked in for Maxi Kleba. Hardaway comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Seth Curry in for Jalen Brunson. And Hardaway gets it to go.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
No excuse. You have to be aware. He should be on your radar all the time.
Now the shooting guard position is where teams look for a lot of their points. And these players, the highest scoring among them, haven't disappointed. Third is Luka Doncic.
And night after night, we see this group punish opposing defenses. I mean, if you pick one way to deal with them, they'll beat you another way.
All teams are looking for offense from the 2-guard position. These guys provide offense. They are elite players who can carry the scoring load for their teams.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Cauley Stein's checked in. Here's Curry. Passes it to Cauley Stein. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Powell, that's good.
Unselfish, moving the ball. Love to see this kind of offense.
To the left wing. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. Rebounded by Hardaway.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
The rim protection at its finest. The result is the same whether you block the shot or simply change it.
Williams against Doncic. Curry with the defensive effort. Mavericks leading by 6. Great offensive performance they're putting on.
And guys, we call that the zone because that's where they are right now. They are in a zone, and I'm sure they feel unstoppable.
Patterson, he's checked in for the Clippers. Murray comes in for George. And so here is Dallas. Curry passes to Cauley Stein. And 1:01 left in the first quarter. Down to 5 on the shot clock. From deep three-point range. Hardaway, no good. So for Dallas, their last game, a win against Houston.
Yeah, it was all hands on deck. Helps to get points off the bench when you're on the road.
It was a total team effort in terms of passing the baton to the guy that's hot.
Curry is inside. And the rejection by Zubats. Outside Williams. To the middle. Here's Patterson. And they had their chances. 2 offensive rebounds. But they still come up empty. From 12 feet out. And Doncic gets it to go. Doncic has got 7 points in the game.
And you can tell that Doncic loves leaking out. Able to get to the right spot there in transition.
And so it's Dallas in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. The defensive work they've done against Paul George has been a big factor.
My older brother, he was a big fan of NBA.
Look for Dallas. Porzingis is checked in for Willie Cauley-Stein. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Hardaway. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Seth Curry. Powell is out there with Porzingis. Then it's Jalen Brunson. Then there's Luka Doncic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the small forward. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas.
And as Dirk Nowitzki walks off into the sunset, the Mavericks seem to have found their next European superstar in Luka Doncic. The number 3 pick in last year's draft had a rookie season for the ages.
Oh, Leonard in position.
And the feed from George couldn't be better. The timing, the placement, everything about that dish was pinpoint.
And so it's Brunson with it. He brings it up for the Mavericks. Following this game, they hit the road to challenge the Suns in Phoenix. That one will start off a 3-game road trip for the team. Takes the 13-footer. It's hauled in by the Clippers. And Doncic, the EuroLeague MVP, led Real Madrid to a title. EuroLeague Finals MVP, all at the tender age of 19.
Incredibly accomplished. Despite that, slipped a little bit in the draft into the waiting arms of the Mavs, who moved up 2 spots to get him.
Pass to Powell. Here's Finney Smith. He's covered by Leonard. Now here's Brunson. Not a lot of room, and he hits it just before the shot clock expires.
A little artistry in the painted area, converting against the size.
Proving once again that when you attack with confidence, good things tend to happen.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And Doncic, here we go.
Creative at finding ways to just cut inside there. Doncic, a guy you must keep your eyes on.
Outside Williams. Shoots over Doncic. That's in, and the Dallas lead is cut to just 11 on the basket from Williams.
Working against size, he's just crafty enough to carve out some wiggle room.
And that's tough to do from the mid-range because help can come from anywhere, but he beats everyone to the punch.
So we've reached the end of the first half of play. With a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for Mavericks will go for a different look here. Willie Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Porzingis. Mike Powell comes in for Maxi Kleber. Tim Hardaway Jr.'s checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Seth Curry in for Jalen Brunson. That free throw good from Hardaway. Steve, we're seeing more and more teams turn to high motion offense with a lot of passing, a lot of movement. What makes those systems, do you think, successful in today's game?
I think when you're in constant movement, especially with the rules where you can't grab and clutch and touch, it makes it hard for the defenders to keep guys in front of them. And it's hard to switch defensively when you have a team always in motion.
Taking a look at Los Angeles, they've got Patrick Patterson. Also, Ivica Zubac's out there. Andrew Shamet is out there with Jackson. And Doncic gets it to go.
And certainly not lacking in confidence. When Doncic gets these inside looks, he just jumps all over.
Second shot opportunity, and that's 2 points on the layup.
How about the purpose with which he's crashing the backboards right now? Some hard-earned second chance points.
Pass to Powell. There's the pass to Hardaway. 20 feet out. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
Missing that one helps out all the analytical guys from the mid-range.
And the basket by Jackson.
That is a powerful point guard right there. Reggie converting against very tight defense.
Outside Hardaway. Here's Doncic. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. Clippers trail by 7. There's 37 seconds left to play in the third. Yes, that goes in.
Yeah, these defenders just look a bit overmatched, especially inside. A quick, good shot here, and they can go 2 for 1.
Trying to squeeze out every extra possession, but they have to work fast.
The rebound by Patterson.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
Here's Jackson, and the shot is long.
I'm not sure the defense affected that shot. That was just a blown gimme.
Hardaway kicks to Doncic. Deep. No good on the last second attempt there. And that does it for the... Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Execution. This is what you practice every day. These guys are professionals. Beautiful play.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. Our 4th quarter action underway, presented by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups. On the floor for Dallas, Doncic and Hardaway at the 2 and the 3. Powell is out there with Cauley Stein, and it's Curry in at the 1. Cauley Stein finds Hardaway. To the paint, here's Doncic. Good, and the assist goes to Hardaway. 17 points for Luka Doncic.
And it just seems when Doncic turns it on, it's a sight to see. Incredible at scoring in a variety of ways.
Back to Williams. To the middle, here's Leonard. Nice D from Doncic.
I'm not sure what happened on that play. May have relaxed a little bit once he got to the rim.
And how about the vision there from Doncic? Can make the easy pass and also the difficult.
And it's Williams with the ball for the Clippers. 7-point differential. Up next for them, the Grizzlies at the FedEx Forum. And that game will be game 2 of 3 straight on the road. Curry looking around. Kicks to Doncic. Outside Hardaway. Doncic left side. Yep, that one goes. And now a 9-point Maverick lead.
I mean, he's just been brilliant today, guys, and it was the same exact story last time out.
And the Clippers call time here. And at this point of the game, getting a break here, important for the teams to regroup, and for the players, this is what... 1:16 left in the 4th quarter of this one. Pass to Finney-Smith. Outside, Porzingis. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Good on the first, and that stretches their lead to 8. Luka Doncic, he's checked in for Hardaway. And so he drops them both. It's a 9-point ball game here. 1:03 left in the 4th. George against Doncic. Second chance shot, and the layup is up and in.
This is what the analytics prefer. Shots at the rim or from 3.
They're this close to putting it away.
Yeah, they don't need to do anything special. Just take time off the clock.
Runs in the pass to Doncic. Here's Finney-Smith. Just 4 to shoot. Fader on the way, and it's the Clippers with the rebound.
Just too big a deficit to come back from at this point.
And you know, disappointment starts to set in a little bit. You fought all night, just wasn't meant to be. Trying to ice this one, Kawhi showing his evolution as a closer.
And so they choose to intentionally foul. He hits the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 7-point game.
Productive trip to the line extended their lead.
And the Clippers call time here. They're trailing by 7. There's 18 seconds left to play in the final quarter. And now let's present our Jordan player of the game, Luka Doncic.
plain and simple, his scoring is what made him our pick tonight. Even when the D's given him all their attention, they just have not been able to contain him. If they backed off him for 1 second, he made them pay.
He sure has given this crowd a treat tonight. This kind of performance only cements his status as a fan favorite. Now Berea. Stolen. So we see the Mavericks get the win here. It was up for grabs right until the final.
So long and good night, everyone. This is Zach and the Hornet on 98.9 The Flex, the official home of...
You guys ready to hammer out this deal?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Here's what they're starting with. Fantastic. Looking forward to a long and healthy relationship.
Me too, man.
Thanks, Jay.
You're welcome.